Hello everyone, this is the Blue Dragon Gamer, and continuing where we've left off, we now find ourselves in a cave. Inside are a lot of spider enemies to defeat. To defeat them, all you need to do is flip them over, then use the stop move. You do need to be careful of the webbing they shoot. If you get caught by the webbing, just mash the action button to break free. They will eventually stop coming after defeating so many of them. Over on the wall, we see some acorns stuck in a web. Climb along the web to get them. There's also a hidden item nearby. A fruit. Hit the plant to get some acorns. Over on the right is another web. Climb up to find a hidden opening where we have some acorns and a chestnut to get. We also have a couple of spider enemies that drop down from the ceiling to defeat. Now in order to get across, use the webbing on the wall. Looks like we managed to unlock a bonus feature. On the other side are a couple more spider enemies to defeat. Looks like another hidden item to find. This time it is the chestnut. We also have a fruit to dig up. Now to head through the crack in the wall. Here we come to a pit full of spider enemies. Let's start by gathering the acorns. Don't worry about the plants for now. Now to defeat the spider enemies. Now we must defeat a giant spider enemy. All you need to do is throw pebbles at its underside when it stands up. After hitting it, it summons forth more spider enemies to defeat. Here we see a sign just telling us about how to defeat the spider enemies, which I already established. I like to think of this as a mini boss fight. Before we can attack it, we must first deal with the smaller ones. After defeating them, it will provide us with another opportunity to attack. We just need to repeat the process until it's defeated. Now if you need to recover, you can use the plants to get petals. One of the plants also provides a fruit we can use. Once it is defeated, we can bounce off of it to reach the ledge and continue ahead. Great, more spider enemies. Now normally after a boss fight the level is over, but that is not the case here. Looks like I got caught by the webbing, just mash the action button to break free. With all the spider enemies taken care of, we can dig up the chestnuts scattered around. Let's also reload on pebbles, which somehow went through the wall. Looks like we have a hidden item. Another fruit. Hit the plant on the right to get acorns. The one on the left drops petals. Now to bounce off the spider web to reach the ledge. Of course, there has to be more spider enemies. I think they went a little overboard with them. Here we have some more chestnuts to dig up. Hit the plant to get some acorns. Now to bounce off the spider web and cling to the one on the wall. At the top, we have another hidden item. Another fruit. Now to go through the crack in the wall and hopefully get away from all the spider enemies.
Ooh, hey, you're one of those, scrat creatures, right? I bet you're after the swamp nuts. I hear they're really tasty, if you like that kind of thing. I know the swamp birds like them too. In fact, they stash some on their nesting platforms. I would there if I were you. Well, you can tell which ones they are. They're the ones with the tall bushes growing on them. But I don't think you'll be able to reach them. Perhaps the swamp birds could give you a hand? Listen, I'd love to help, but I barely walk 3 steps in a day, let alone fly around. Use a bird. You really should talk to someone about this nut problem you have.
Scrat does need help. That acorn is always getting away from him. Anyway, after talking to them, we find out we're going to need the help of a certain bird to get the walnuts, which here they refer to as swamp nuts, in order to progress. In the tall grass, we find a chestnut. On the other side is a plant that drops petals. That's good to know. Let's take care of the lizard enemy. This sign warns us about going too far in the mud. Not going to be a problem. Looks like we have another lizard enemy to defeat. Here we see our trustworthy swamp bird who will be helping us out, but first I want to go around and pick up the acorns as well as take care of any enemies around. Behind the swamp bird is a chestnut to dig up. Over on the platform is a frog enemy to defeat. Below, we see yet another lizard enemy to deal with. Here we have a bird enemy to stun. Below is another frog enemy to defeat. Here we see a geyser. Don't worry about it for now. Another lizard enemy to deal with. Hit the plant to get some fruit. I'll deal with those frog enemies in a minute. First, let's finish searching along the left side. Now to find a hidden item, but first must take care of the rat enemies. A fruit again. Here we see another lizard enemy. Let's take it out. Hit the plant to get some petals. Here we have another lizard enemy lurking in the swamp water to defeat. Here we see another geyser, but don't worry about it yet. Here we come to a crack in the wall, but as you can see, we must first gather the 4 walnuts. Now to head back and take care of the frog enemies. In the tall grass, we also find another fruit. This time we'll head straight across from the swamp bird. Here we have a bird enemy to knock out. We also have a chestnut to dig up. Hit the plant to get some acorns. Ahead is a frog enemy to defeat. Hit the plant to get some petals. On the platform, we see another frog enemy to defeat. We should be good. Now to go back and get assistance from the swamp bird. First we need to stun it. Then we can hop on its back. With its help, we can reach the platform in the middle of the swamp and collect the first walnut. Now to head over to the platform on the right. At the top, we are attacked by some rat enemies. Now the swamp bird isn't much of a fighter, so I find it easier to just do all the fighting as Scrat. Besides, along with collecting the second walnut, we also have a fruit to dig up. Now as you can see, the swamp bird ran off, but don't worry, it always goes back to where we first found it. Now to get back on it, and this time let's follow the path leading to the crack in the wall. Across, we see another platform in the middle of the swamp. Here we see the third walnut to collect. Come on, get back up there. There we go. Now to head over and climb up the log to reach the platform. Here we have some more rat enemies to deal with. Now to go back and get on the swamp bird again. This time we need to make our way up on the platform with the bird enemy walking around. Well, that was pitiful. From here, we need to glide over to the platform across from us. Don't need the swamp bird anymore. Here we have a stone to pick up. Now to carry it over and place it in the hole directly in front of us. Now we can use the geyser to reach the high ledge. Up here are some chestnuts to get, as well as another stone. Now to pick it up and carry it over to the other geyser. Again, place it in the hole. Now we can use the geyser to reach the last platform. At the top is the last walnut to collect. Now that we collected all the walnuts, we can head through the crack in the wall.
We took a little rest after our trip through the mud bog. Sid put his one and only talent to good use and made us a little campfire. Of course, even this got him into trouble. And then he had quite an unbelievable tale to tell about what happened that night. Whatever it was, I'm sure it was pretty weird and kind of scary in that Sid kind of way.
This is the end of part 2 of level 6 Mud Bog.